guys, welcome to episode 8. Normally... Huh?
Isn't this episode 9?
It's episode 9. Thank you, pal. I just found out today that Star Tropics 1 and 2 just came out on Wii U Virtual Console. It's one of my favorite NES franchises. I feel like it's terribly underrated. If you want to know more about Star Tropics, just check out a video that I made in the past. And if you really don't want to watch another video from me, the gaming historian basically made the same exact video a couple years later, so check that one out.
Earlier.
No, later! I promise it's later. It's okay, it's not a big deal.
It doesn't make grammatical sense.
All that matters is that we get the word out. So, with that said, this week you guys picked Super Mario Galaxy. No, Super Mario Sunshine. And we are going to roll that right now. So, while tooling around in the beta area, I noticed something completely absurd, and I'm hoping not too many of you have seen it already, but oh man, this is going to be one of the weird episodes. I'd like for all of you to meet the one-eyed monster. Now, I did find this on my own, and of course, anytime I find a new discovery, I have to check the internet to see if they've also found it. And surprisingly, Super Mario Sunshine is heavily documented. Lots of unused content for this game, and this guy is no exception. So his name is basically Fire Chestnut, or Hinokuri, and at one point it did represent a chestnut. But in this test room, his outer shell is missing and he just has a really creepy eyeball. So as you just saw in that clip, he disappears really fast. So what I had to do was I had to position the camera ahead of time and then move Mario in position so that we could see him. And if you look at this footage, he actually grows into that tall stance that he has, and he has a horn on his butt. Don't laugh. You know, his butt just looks the way ours sounds. So, anyways, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to see how I can interact with him now. And I see that if I spray him with water, it actually freezes him in place. And if I jump on his head, he dies. And it looks like he turns into a little chestnut. A reference to his former self, I guess? So one of the reasons why this game was requested so much is because of the areas that you can see from other areas within the game. And I don't mind checking that out, but we may see some other cool stuff along the way. Like, for example, Pianta Village actually looks pretty cool because it's actually a tree growing out of a gorge. Something that I didn't really know. Maybe if you took the time to discover it, you would know for yourself, but I mean, I played Super Mario Sunshine and I didn't know that I was playing on top of a giant tree that was growing out of a gorge, so pretty cool. So as you know, with any level that you go to in Super Mario Sunshine, you can see other levels in the distance of any level that you go to. But what does it look like when you zoom up to them? Well, mostly basic shapes to trick you into thinking that it's the actual stage, which is something they totally could have gotten away with in standard definition, and totally could have gotten away with if we didn't have this special magic camera. Okay, now we're in Delfino Plaza checking out what Rico Harbor looks like off in the distance. Now check out that low poly, low res textures. Take some notes, paper crafters, because this is some prime blueprints. These guys must have had like the easiest job. Hey, you know that boat that we made? It was like really nice looking. Can you just make that look a little crappier, please? Yeah, we just need a crappier version of that boat. But you gotta admit, that probably doesn't look that good on a resume. Yeah, I worked on Super Mario Sunshine. Oh, what did you do? I made the crappy versions of basically all the levels that you've seen in the game. Oh, okay, so you made crappy things. Yeah, I made crappy things. Yeah, we don't need you here. So if you zoom out Bianco Hills, you can actually see all of Delfino Island, and you can even see the shape of the dolphin. However, got a little bad news for you. I realized that after I zoomed out this map, that geographically, it's occupying the same space as Pianta Village. That's a little unfortunate. But for the most part, this game actually keeps it pretty real as far as where all these locations are. And admit it, you're still impressed. I'm still impressed. And if you were paying attention, we actually zoomed into Bianco Hills from the Delfino Island map. And if we go to this blocked off river and zoom out, you'll see that the outside of Bianco Hills looks identical to the way it looks when you see it from Delfino. Now what's funny about this is that the river just kind of stops, and that's not natural. What's even funnier about that is that if you look at it from Delfino Island, it's still identical. No waterfall, no nothing. Now I'm just gonna line up a nice little beauty shot of that. But then after that, I discovered that the volcano has a little teeny tiny mouth. It's a little teeny tiny speckle. I don't know what you call it. I don't know, you guys. You think we should go inside the volcano, see what's going on in there? Yeah, let's do it. The answer was nothing interesting, so we're moving on to Rico Harbor. So if we zoom out Rico Harbor, you can actually see Bianco Hills off into the side there. And for all of you who weren't paying attention during the Delfino Island geographics, you can now see for yourself just how accurate it is to other stages. Isn't geography exciting? So now if we look to Gelato Beach, we can actually see a zoom up of the gazebo that was in the actual stage. Here's a side-by-side comparison to see how it differs. Oh yeah, the resemblance is uncanny for sure. So if you look at the file select screen, you can see that there's a couple of hidden secrets. For example, this unused dock. You'd think they would just delete it, but no, they just kind of moved it to the side. I actually don't know why they didn't just keep it in focus. I mean, it's a nice little detail. And if we were to look at anything else on this beautiful select screen, you can just see that it's actually just a long island. And trust me, the hills in the background, they're not special. They ain't special. Don't worry about it. I didn't miss it on purpose. I missed it on purpose. I totally missed it on purpose. Ah, you knew this was coming. Yeah, come on. You can't blame me. But hey, I'm gonna give you a much better look at this. It's gonna be in HD. It's gonna be in 60 frames per second. Yes, you get to see that book be completely static at 60 frames per second. But look at me talking about this book like everybody knows about it. Maybe some of you don't. Well, let me fill you in a little bit. So inside the Noki bottle, there is a unused mission item. It was originally designed for Mario to retrieve a book, and there was a door blocking off said book. However, for some reason, the developers changed their mind and made it just a red coin level. But the book and the door still remain. Please enjoy this beautiful close-up of what I can only describe as a green bird. It also has a cool red top on it with, looks like fire. Actually, if it resembles something, let me know. I've been trying to peg whether or not this is supposed to be a reference to something or if they just really wanted to put in some extra detail for these birds. Now back to the beta area because, oh boy, there's a lot of stuff to talk about here. What you just saw was an error, boy, because they took the time to actually have them say that they don't have anything to say. Why didn't you just write something for them to say? So anyway, over here we got a ice cream cone stand that wasn't used in the game. I know, terribly exciting, isn't it? But you know what? You couldn't have seen it otherwise. You probably have seen this before. I just wanted to introduce you guys to something that maybe you didn't see if you had never used a cheat device before. And now here's a zoom out of the beta map. Now you may notice that there's lines drawn in that goop. Kinda wish that this whole map was now encased in goop so we could see exactly what they intended to draw. But for now, it's left up to interpretation. Good luck, people. So, are there any secrets with the final battle with Bowser? Well, yeah, kinda. For one thing, that the giant shine sprite is actually in the tub the entire time. And also, at this angle, you can see that Bowser is washing himself and also doing the conniving thing with his hands, if you know what I'm talking about. Very, very cool. Alright, that was episode 9. So
It's still 9, right?
it's still 9. So thank you guys so much for watching. Blah 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 blah. I got nothing for you this week. I'm just so glad that you guys are watching this show. So this week we're gonna do a poll between. Ooh, it's a tough one. Pokemon Park. I don't even think I said that right. I think it's just Poke Park. And oh geez, you know what? We're gonna have to figure it out when I publish the video. Sorry. Click down below to find out what the two. Is that gonna work? Are they gonna be mad about that? No, you don't think so? Okay.
They'll deal with it.
Yeah. So click down below to find out which 2 games you can vote on for next week's episode. Oh, so you guys said that you also wanted to see the Zelda stuff. I will make sure to put that out before next week's episode, so look forward to that. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.